Hello and welcome to the Astroflower. We're going to be doing a general reading for the month of August, and at the end you will get a personal message for your sign. Okay, I have noticed a few things in the general reading really, looking at everybody's weekly signs. There's a particular cards that seem to be coming up, which seems to be the Seven of Wands and what was the other one? The Empress as well was coming up quite a lot. So it seems to be sort of a case of enjoying the moment. That's what it seemed to be for a lot of people, and listening to the messages that are around us. As you can see, I'm out here in the countryside. I'm on a ley line, an energy line that goes down towards the centre of town, and it's a thermal baths town. So people used to come here many years ago. I think the thermal baths closed down around about 50 years ago, but people have been coming here for centuries for these thermal springs that are along here. So it's a beautiful place, and I thought it'd be a good place to come and try and get messages for from the nature, from the general vibration of the planet Earth, as it were. It's obviously a interpretation of the universal vibration. So yeah, so this is what it's been a lot of. There's been a lot of that that whole idea of enjoying the moment, listening to the messages, and marrying both sides of life. That's what it seems to have been. Let's just see what comes out for us as a collective, and then we'll be pulling some cards for your particular sign. I've got two cards. They don't want to separate. They want to come out together. That's the overall energy there going through at the moment. Two of Pentacles and the Strength card. So staying to your path by the looks of things, staying true to yourself, concentrating on particular things. That's the interpretation of the cards. Rather than diverting between lots of different things, there's a little bit of a choice going on as well. Probably more to do with finances than anything else. But it's more of a case of just staying true to your own path of where you're going in life, and trying to marry those sort of two sides of life, the work and the social aspect of it all. This is your emotional sort of side, or our emotional side and our relationship side. This is the money side. This is the overall energy that's running through. This is the karmic paths. And this is the general outcome. So let's just go straight in then. What we're going to do is slightly different. We're going to pick the cards as we go. So let's just see what the message is coming in from the karmic path for our emotional and a collective emotional relationship side. Time to heal. Time to reconnect, I think, with everybody else. Time to appreciate your community, appreciate your neighbour. We've all been through a lot over the last year, and there you go, Two of Wands. So yeah, planning for the future in a way, and this is how we build a community wherever you are in the world, just by connecting with people that are around you, saying hello, that sort of thing. You know, when you cross eye contact, just that sort of thing I think is a really good thing. And planning and creating in this new future, and this could be part of this choice thing that we were talking about and the overall energies here, because this is the Two of Wands as well. So it's all about, you know, planning that journey to go on, and it seems that way of sort of, we have a choice at the moment, collectively. And individually obviously, but mainly collectively, about going forward and seeing how we can put it all together. Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence that karmic path or that karmic message. What do you want? What do you want? That's there's so many things on offer here in regards to relationships and interactions with other people that are around us. And this could be your partner and your family and your friends. But the universe is sort of saying, what do you want? What's the, you know, wishing for a star, wishing on a star. So what do you want? What do you want? Wish big. you know, if you've got an ideal scenario for your relationships around them, live it. Let's just see how our collective guides and our ancestors are trying to sort of influence that karmic message going on there. Let's just see what's going on. No generation is perfect. No generation has got it right. Each generation tries to change things slightly, but no generation has got it right. And our ancestors here and our guides and are trying to sort of say this is a path that's created as once you put one foot in front of the other. Nothing's predestined. And yeah, in the past, our grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, they would have got things wrong. You know, we get things wrong. Everybody gets things wrong. And they're almost sort of saying it's okay. It's good to examine. It's good to explore and even to get things wrong. But this is a change of fortune at the moment within our relationships collectively, obviously. And I think this is all about that healing, that forgiveness, forgiving one another, forgetting past histories and just drawing a line over it and just kind of say, okay, we've learned now. That is the past. We can't keep going back and trying to realign the past. We can't, because otherwise we wouldn't have learned the lessons. So let's just get on, learn those lessons and move forward, yeah? Okay? Let's see how our collective, our guides and our ancestors are trying to influence that conversation that is within us. I think everybody understands that when we're calm and relaxed and enjoying life, we don't tend to say things that are painful to others. We don't tend to say things that put people in difficult situations, including oneself. And I think here is the guides and the ancestors are really trying to sort of kind of go, chill, it's okay, don't worry about it. The past is the past, the future is the future. It's not a case of forgive and forget. It's more of a case of don't forget so we don't do it again. It's as simple as that. We can't change anything or pay anything from past sort of situations. Excuse me, far too many cards there. Although the Queen of Swords came out at the bottom, so it's it might be the clear thinking. Let's just see what comes out here for that. Yeah, walking away from past conflicts. I think this is what they're trying to encourage the conversation within us. So as you're talking to other people, talking to people around you, you may get that sensation of, I'd like to interject here and everything like that. And it's just avoiding conflict, basically, and moving on, but growing up. I'm not the centre of the universe. You are not the centre of the universe. We are the centre of the Earth's universe. This Earth, this beautiful planet that is around us, she knows what she's doing. I trust her completely. In even regards for us learning things about how to use the resources on this planet. It's trusting that, and I think walking away from conflict and things that may cause us problems. Let's go on to the financial sort of side. This is going to be interesting, I think, more than anything else. Let's see what the karmic message is here. We have to have a different relationship with money. Yeah, money is a good way of sort of exchanging things and putting things into categories and stuff like that, and arranging things. But we have to get past the idea of, making money off of other people's suffering and putting up with that, not putting up with that, rather, So I think the karmic message here is, give money real value. This is it, community. One of the things that was taken out of the laws of economy in the French university, the famous French university, was the fact that the economy has to be serve the greater good, and so that has no longer been the case. It's a bit like saying goodbye to the gold standards. You know, I think we need to get back to something that's a little bit more sort of concrete and stuff like that. And I think that's within us as a collective, as an economy, as a way of exchanging between people. Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence this karmic Marv. The universe is sort of saying it's simpler than we think. We tend to complicate things with tax laws and stuff like that. Maybe there would just be one-off tax when you purchase something. Maybe that should be it. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's a new paradigm coming up, and I think this is it. And I've been talking about it on Cymatic TV, and maybe this is what we need to step into. So yeah, it's there you go, 10 of Pentacles. We have everything that is available within the economic world that we can then choose to have a different relationship with it, and it needs to be tied to real resources and real situations, I think, because it's all becoming a little bit too virtual. You know, being ways of payment, that's fine, that can be very virtual. I don't personally mind. I think it makes life a lot easier. But the actual finances itself, the money, the end of the line thing has to be tied to something. And I think we've lost that, really, that sense of real value. And maybe we need to just readjust that and reevaluate that within our own individual lives. Let's just see how the guides and the ancestors are trying to influence this. It is making sure that your neighbour is okay. I think this has got to do with the Three of Cups here. The community, the sharing, the making sure everybody's okay. And I think they're sort of saying, if we're, you know, in the past, the mistakes we've made with money and stuff like that is that we haven't ensured that everybody moves forward together. And I think that's you know, that's a valuable approach to finances. Justice, that's what it is. Yeah, making sure there's a bit of balance, and I think our ancestors realise this, and maybe we should be sort of like putting ourselves into the collective and really starting to decide that we can do what we want on this planet. We can literally do what we want. It's us who decides, but you have to be consistent about it in how we purchase things, how we actually manufacture things and stuff like that. Let's just see how the guys are trying to influence the conversation that is within us. As I said, drawing a line above things, not trying to go back and correct history, I think is a really bad thing. Simply because we risk to forget how wrong humans can get it, you know. And if we do adjust the past, we may forget, you know, the harder side of the human being, so we can actually concentrate on the softer and the more joyous side of the being. Of the human being. So there needs to be some sort of that line needs to be drawn, and a new rules basically, and I think they should be very simple, like nature. Nature has very simple rules, and this is the whole thing about getting the message from nature. You know, nature does not complicate things. There is a lot of emotions in nature, but at the end of the day, nature, you know, bypasses that as well. So when a lion, say, eats a young deer or a young, springbok or whatever, wildebeest or whatever, it's not emotionally attached to it. and nor is the wildebeest, nor is nature. It's part and parcel of it. And a certain acceptance from our side, I think, is probably a good idea to actually put our egos back into place. Ego is not a bad thing, but certainly is once it starts getting out of control and trying to rule everything. Let's just see what the overall energy is going out for this general reading, the outcome for all of this. The Magician. We can manifest what we like, people. You know, it's just a case of doing it. It's a case of saying no to certain things and yes to other things. And you may not necessarily agree with your neighbour, what they say yes and no to. But I think if if we lead with the idea that if it's good for me, it's got to be good for everybody else. If we lead for that idea there, then surely we're going to come up with something that's, that works for everybody. I really do. And I think this is a real changing time, this July and August. It's been very, very poignant this July. And I think August is going to be a bit of a cream, the cherry on the cake, as it were. It's going to be really nice. And it's going to make, there's going to be a lot of realizations within everybody. So there you go, that's the general reading. Now let's just see how your sign individually goes into this. Okay, Sagittarius, how you doing? In this month here, it's for August, you will be taking your first steps into your autumn period. So things might start slowing down a bit. You've had really hectic cards over the last sort of 2 or 3 months. It looks like it's been a really busy summer for you. Maybe a little bit too much for you at times. But August should be a bit of a wind down moment, bit of a slow down moment for you, or just starting mainly at the end of August, it's got to be said, rather than at the beginning of August. But yeah, it was sort of head towards those sort of direction of enjoying the winter or the Indian summer, as it were. Just to sort of go, we're going to pull 4 cards. We're going to pull 1 on the relationship side, 1 on the financial side, 1 on the overall energy, and also 1 on the outcome for the future. So let's just see what your message is here straight away on your relationship side. You're not going to know unless you let go. I think it's a case of 4 of Pentacles there, really. Maybe you're holding on a little bit too tightly to ideals of what relationships should be like. And maybe that's putting a bit of pressure on you and putting a bit of pressure on all the relationships that are around you. It might be better just to sort of buckle up and enjoy the ride. I think that's more of a case. Letting go and... there you go. Letting go. What did I say? Letting go and having a go. And I think that's probably the future for you here. This new change of fortune is realizing that you can let go of preconditions that you thought you might have had according to relationships that are around you. So let's just so that's the relationship side. Let's see what's going on the financial sort of side. It's taking those opportunities and sticking to them. There was a paradox within Sagittarius. Either you're really clear and you make choices like that, either you don't and it's just like kind of like it's like a slow car crash, unfortunately. And I think it's here as a case of if you find that you're in a position where you make decisions like maybe it's a case you need to just sort of sit back and observe a little bit more this month here. If you find you're not making any decisions, it's a case of just making decisions and not pulling out of it. That's really important. And it's all to do with that justice, so it works for everybody around you. And for order for it to work, you've got to apply yourself in it. And I think there's been so much going on around you that it's been difficult for you to actually, find your real path in the whole sort of thing. You go through the functions of your job and of your business and etc. But sometimes we get a little bit lost on the functions of things, and you know, there's it doesn't seem to see the purpose in it. That may well be a little thing that's niggling away at you that you might need to sort out this autumn here. So, Queen of Cups, let your love shine. Let your joy of living, just go ahead and do it. Say yes if you've been saying no or indecision. Just say yes and go ahead and do it. To hell with the consequences. I think that's really important. And then there's so, you know, and if you are a little bit like that, you know, maybe you know, where you're making decisions far too quickly, and that could be detrimental to you in the long term. So I would make sure that, you know, the decisions you are making are actually providing more and more time and space to actually enjoy life around you. Okay, let's just see what's going on the overall energy for you. The Judgment cards, which ties in beautifully with the Justice card. I didn't actually get the reading from it, did I? I do apologise, Virgo. So it's getting ready to rebirth a new you. And this is what this whole new year is coming up about for you. So from your birthday, that's a new cycle that starts. We go into the Astroflower, and we talk about a lot about different types of rhythms that you can have. And here, I think for you, is that chrysalis moment of going from the caterpillar into the butterfly. So yeah, I think it's going to be a real month of coming out of your shell, but coming out of a crazed summer, where, you know, you'll see the fruits that you do have actually accumulated over the summer period, and what you've got for the coming year, and how you want to live this coming year. And this is part and parcel of it. And as I say, I think it'll come in at the end of August for you more than anything else. Let's just see what the overall energy, the outcome of this is. Because it's going to help you see a little bit clearer and walk away from things that, you know, the perfection that you might be looking in life, and how, you know, the pathway should just lead you from one thing to another. All the cards are jumping all over the place at the moment. Too many though to take on. Quite a mixed bag. A lot of pentacles in there as well. So it's obviously a good solid journey. The cards are just jumping all over the place. The Page of Pentacles just jumped out as well. That just came out at the end. So sorry about that. The wind's picking up. I've got to be careful that the cards don't blow away. Yeah, so I think it's a case here of what you need to manifest in the going future is the harmony between those sort of two sides of life, I think. And making sure it actually works, not just for you, but for everybody around you, but mainly for you. Three of Cups. Yeah, I think this is to do with the community, actually. You know, making it work for not just for you, but for everybody that is around you. That is what that Three of Cups is about. Manifesting that sensation of feeling at ease with your community that is around you, which I think you strive for all the time, and creates a little bit of that paradox within you. So there you go, Sagittarius. August should be looks like a very good month for you, of seeing things a little bit differently and opening up to possibilities and different ways of being, basically. If you want to support this channel, it's very simple. You just need to subscribe and click that bell. It's very easy to do. Apparently clicking the bell is really important for the algorithm for YouTube. So please do that. Also, sharing this video, liking it, commenting on this video does show your support for this channel as well. So that would be mostly highly appreciated. I will be doing a lot more videos on Cymatic TV in the coming month of August as well, so keep your eye on that. And that's all to do with energies, which I've been working with over the last 30 years. doing energy healings and seeing more than 20,000 people, and this is the reason the Astroflower came together. It's a tool for you to get the best out of life. It's not just about tarot cards. There is books on it as well. It is a complete and utter concept. There's loads of links in the description below that you can go and explore on that sort of sense. In the meantime, Sagittarius, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.